Welcome to Game Chat with Bwana, your source for gaming news and reviews. Now, here's Bwana McCall.
What's up, folks? This is Game Chat with Bwana, episode 16. We are finally doing this again. It seems like a lifetime ago that I did Game Chat with Bwana, episode 15. It was like April 4th. And now we are back with episode 16, and we had a lot of technical difficulties. Let me first apologize for all those technical difficulties. We just had all kinds of problems with that. And I was like, well, I just got to roll with the punches. And those of you who've been with me a while know that I have had my share of technical issues in the past, especially when I was doing Bwana.org radio. I had to do multiple takes and stuff like that. And I really, I hate when problems arise that are unexpected. And I think all of you will agree. But we're not going to prolong the show. I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is episode 16 of Game Chat with Bwana. But before I do, let me tell you that I'm a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Go to techpodcast.com. Tech Podcast is a network of podcasters, and I encourage you guys, if you are interested in starting a podcast, if you're interested in going about maybe talking about, I don't know, your favorite game or your favorite topic, and you don't know how to get started, get a couple of episodes under your belt. Try at it, and then once you do, join the Tech Podcast Network. We got a bunch of guys like me over there who can kind of show you the ropes, hold your hand, get you through the hard parts. And there's even sponsorship deals you can get through the show once you get established. So I'm a proud member. You guys can go check out the Tech Podcast Network over there. I'm sure we'll be happy to have you. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our show tonight, and we are going to talk about something that I think you guys already knew about that we're going to discuss. It's not funny, but you kind of have to laugh. Sony. Dear Sony, what have you done to your customers? Sony, dear Sony. Sony has dropped the proverbial ball, and it has landed in a pit of lava, has been jumped on by a school and a gaggle of creepers, and simultaneously explode. The creepers were strapped with dynamite around their chest, by the way, coupled with the gunpowder that fuels their soul. And the proverbial ball exploded into 6 billion pieces. Well, I don't need to recap everything that happened, because you guys are probably in the know. That was a lot of the things that happened while I was gone. But the thing that happened most recently was this past Sunday. Sony held a press conference in Japan to kind of go over what happened and to save face. And I caught some of it. It was live streamed, and they had a translator there talking, but it was like a really bad video. It was like buffering in and out. I think a lot of people were watching it. But from what I did catch, Sony was in a very apologetic mood. There was lots of bowing, lots of apologizing, lots of we're sorry, we messed up. And that was pretty much the tone of how it got started. But then from that point on, this press conference went on, and the reporters that were there were grilling Sony as to every little detail they could get. They were asking like the same questions like 6 or 7 times, like, when exactly did you know about this possible problem? And a really quick summation is that Sony's PSN network was completely compromised. Some hacker, some guy, some girl, some person got into the network and managed to pwn the entire infrastructure. They got access to the database. They basically had access to the PSN database, which consists of your name, address, phone number, billing address. I think the credit card number was credit card numbers may not have been. I think they said I have to look at this article because I've been going back and forth. They said they may or may not have been taken, but you know there was some level of encryption on them, and the passwords were, I think, hashed. Maybe the credit cards numbers were hashed as well. They weren't really encrypted; they were hashed. But long story short, your name, address, email, and that stuff was pretty much plain text. This really sensitive data, we really don't know for sure. But things like the question and answer, you know, like when you have to recover your password, the question and answers were plain text. And that's enough to get a lot of people by itself. So Sony, in this press conference, said a lot of things that we already heard from Sony before on this topic. We already heard from Sony on the PlayStation blog through communiques and everything that, you know, you really need to monitor your credit report, monitor your credit card statements, monitor your activities, and possibly cancel cards, and, you know, just stay on top of it because your information may have been compromised. So they were on that topic. A couple of things that they did do and did talk about that we didn't know about was a welcome back package. And what they're planning to do is that once they bring PSN back up, they're going to welcome the users back with some sort of a, you know, gift package, if you will. It's kind of like a fruit basket. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. A virtual fruit basket. And with this fruit basket, you're going to get a 30-day PlayStation Plus subscription trial, Qriocity trial, and some free software of some predestined, some predetermined software. Now, one thing that they did clarify, which I thought was important, was that this welcome back package is no way a means of compensating for the data loss. So we possibly could expect something else on top of this particular welcome back package. I know a lot of people are like, well, why are they gonna compensate us with trials to their free service? That's kind of shady. But this is actually, according to them, if you go to Engadget, they have the live blog linked. This is the page I have linked. They have the live blog. One of the things that was stated was that this welcome back package is not compensation for the data breach. So lots of other things, and it's just been a terrible month for PlayStation. PSN has been down a little bit more than 2 weeks now. I think it's past 2 weeks. For that first week, a lot of us were in the dark. We didn't know what was going on, and we just knew that they were hacked, and people didn't know if their credit cards were compromised or not. So we got a little bit more insight as to what was taken possibly. And Sony, if you want to read all the details, they hired a bunch of security firms. Actually, two. I think they hired one security firm and then they hired another, according to Kaz in this press conference. And the second security firm determined that the perpetrator actually left no tracks at all. So this person was very, very, very good at what they did. They were very sharp, very careful. And Homeland Security, since this happened in the U.S., Homeland Security and the FBI are actually after these hackers. So it's not a good thing to be one of these hackers. Now, I've tried my best to kind of give you an impartial, factual summation of this. My personal feeling, like I said in the beginning, is Sony just dropped the ball hard. There's no way of sugarcoating this. They really, really messed up. And I'm not going to blame Sony completely because, you know, a lot of the fault falls on the hackers, obviously. But as a consumer, you tend to try to trust the you tend to try to trust the company when you do business with them, when you buy a product. You know, you want to have that level of trust. And I got to say, as a Sony user, I was a big Sony guy even before the PlayStation came out. I used to love their TVs and stereos because they were great. I mean, the trust factor has dropped like a lot. They've got to earn trust back from me and a lot of other consumers out there. So it's going to be hard for them. They've done a decent job up till now. You know, you guys remember the Sony BMG rootkit fiasco a few years ago? They lost a lot of trust back then, and they've clawed their way back into a lot of consumers' living rooms, and a lot of people got that trust back to Sony, and now this happens. And it's just a big blow to the company. So check it out, guys. There's going to be a lot more of this coming out. Hopefully, you know, one of the things I didn't talk about is that the phase restoration of the PlayStation Network is going to happen throughout the month. They're hoping to phase most of the services back in, including PSN, online services on the web, Qriocity, this week. So a lot of us are hoping that that is actually Tuesday of this week or tomorrow. Yeah, it's not good, guys. So check it out. This is on Engadget.com. It's all over the web. And Sony has dropped the ball. And to quote a very late and famous infomercial guy, but wait, there's more. Ay. So if you think it couldn't have gotten any worse, our next story has to do with Sony Online Entertainment. This one just broke today. It actually got worse. It actually got worse, guys. Sony Online Entertainment has stated today that they have lost more data. 24.6 million accounts have been compromised yet again. Remember those creepers that had dynamite strapped to their chest? Now we have, you know those big bomber dudes from Mario? Just imagine those guys if they took like a growing pill and they grew to like the size of a planet and then fell on top of a flower. The flower is Sony. The bomb is this situation. Kaboom! Not very good, guys. 12,700 credit card account numbers compromised. And according to the article and other articles I've read, there are non-U.S. credit cards. They've been broken down by country. They include Austria, Germany, the Netherlands, and Spain from an quote-unquote outdated database from 2007. Of the 12,700 total, 4,300, a third almost, are alleged to be from Japan. This is terrible. I mean, guys, I mean, 20 years from now, we look back on history and we go, what company messed up the most? Would it be, WorldCom? Would it be Tyco? Let's see, what other company? The dot-com boom companies, all those companies, all the, the financial crisis, the banks, you can look back on all these, and in that list, I guarantee you will see the name Sony. Because they have, I mean, if there's any way of getting back trust, this is not the first step. I mean, they had the press conference. They bowed 1,000 times. They apologized profusely. We're sorry. We're going to get it right. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix security. Oh, but we lost 13,000 credit cards and 24.6 million more accounts. Oy. I don't know. I don't even. There's very little reason. And I'm speaking of a guy who used to semi-trust Sony. I don't completely trust any company, but semi-trusted them. Now they've completely lost it, and they've got to earn it back. I mean, oh, man. This is terrible. Terrible, terrible news. Now, according to the article and the press release, a lot of these, the previous articles about the PSN outbreak said that the SOE infrastructure and the PSN infrastructure were not any way tied or related to each other. But you gotta wonder. There's gotta be maybe something. The timing of this seems like a coordinated attack. It's almost kind of scary. For a company to have this kind of a breach in such a tight time frame. It's almost like Sony, they were scrambling to fix the other problem, and while they were vulnerable, they got hit again. It's like a flank almost. I don't know, guys. It's bad news. And those of you who play EverQuest and EverQuest 2 and Star Wars Galaxies and even recently DC Universe Online, you might want to look at your statements. You might want to look at your data, because while they say that these accounts, these credit card numbers were non-US, I wouldn't trust that. I would be careful. I would definitely protect myself. I would protect my accounts. I would protect my credit card numbers, and get just get vigilant, guys, about protecting yourselves, because this is serious. This is not something you want to sit back and watch and go, well, I hope they don't steal my credit card. I guess if they do, I'll go and cancel it after. No, you need to be proactive in this, because this can be very, very detrimental. Check it out, guys. Joystick.com has the details about that. Now, we're going to stop talking about Sony. No, we're not. We're going to talk about DC Universe Online. And this is kind of a good news / bad news things for DC Universe Online. As I just stated, Sony Online Entertainment stated that their data was kind of breached. So this article may not hold a lot of water, because you won't be able to get to the service anyway, because SOE is offline. But apparently DC Universe Online is going to create super servers. Super servers! Hello, young man. I am Super Server. What do you do, Super Server? I am a super server who serves superly. I shall be superly serving you things. I am Super Server. Do you fight crime? No, I just serve superly. Super Server is here. There's no need to fear. Super Server is over there. Yeah. Kind of a crazy name, but it kind of fits the DC Universe Online persona. Apparently, there's a lot of queue issues, and I noticed this when I was playing DC Universe Online. I'm not playing it right now, but when I was playing it, there was quite a bit of queues, almost like not enough servers to account for the load. And what they're going to do, it kind of sounds like they're consolidating servers, but it's not. By what they're doing is that they're going to create a bigger server that can house more people. And they are going to consolidate it, but the queues will be gone. So it's almost like a server consolidation, get rid of queues action. I don't know how to perceive this. It's kind of confusing. Because I haven't been on the server since I stopped playing, and I don't know if the queues are still there. But apparently these super servers will be there to address queue time. So once SOE, Sony Online Entertainment servers come back online, they'll be super. I'm Super Server. I'm Super Server, and I will be able to thwart hackers when I come back as a Super Server. It's almost like a Super Saiyan, huh? I will not go there. Check it out, guys. This is joystick.com. They got the details over there. Now, while we're on the topic of MMOs and superheroes, those of you into the Marvel Universe will be happy to know that Marvel Universe is not actually dead. The Marvel Universe MMO is actually going to happen, and it's going to be free to play. So you can probably play as Deadpool, as so many people want to play. And oh, man. DC Universe, I just saw so many people type in, can I play as Deadpool? Oh, come on, guys. Can't play as Deadpool in DC Universe. But you might be able to play Marvel Universe. You might be a Deadpool lackey. All your favorite characters, from X-Men, from Hulk, from Final Fantasy, from Fantastic Four. You got Thor coming out. So all these Marvel characters will be at your disposal, maybe as mentors. But Brian Michael Bendis, behind Secret Invasion, House of M, and Powers, these are great Marvel comics. I know of these. It's going to be included in this project, and it's going to be happening possibly next year. So this is something to look forward to for those of you who were not satisfied for DC Universe Online. Those of you who wanted to actually play the game but not pay a monthly fee. I think they wanted to. I think a lot of players who I don't know, like myself, who was playing DC Universe Online, we just did not want to compromise with the free to play, because when you go free to play, it always seems like there's a compromise. There always seems like there's all kinds of cash shops. There's all kinds of I don't want to say lack of content, but like shallow content. Seems like there's always something that's missing when you go free to play. So I know a lot of people wanted DC Universe to be free to play, and that was the explanation I gave why I didn't want it to be free to play. But hopefully this one will change the whole stereotype behind free to play MMOs. Maybe they won't have a problem. So check it out, guys. Marvel Universe MMO going free to play. At least a year away though, so check it out.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at bwana.tv/forums.
Alright guys, so we're going to move on to our next story, which is gonna go into something that makes me smile. Someone took chocolate and someone took peanut butter and they combined them into this video. It makes me smile. Super Mario gets a portal gun. And I was very happy to see this. You guys gotta check out this video. Someone made a fan-made video of the Super Mario Brothers game, and he had a portal gun, and he actually went through the game with the portal gun. Obviously, it's not a real game. It's not a real game, but you can check out this video. It's very good. Very, very good. So check it out, guys. This is over on Engadget.com. If you haven't seen it yet, you're missing out on a treat. It's a very, very good video, so check it out. Now, I'm going to go on a Portal blah here. We're going to talk about Portal quite a bit for the next few minutes. And the first thing I want to talk about is discounts. And there have been it is kind of sad. You know, I actually didn't buy the game. I want to take this time to thank Hypnomatic of the community. He was actually a Golden Potato recipient. Those of you who don't know, those were the guys who did the Valve ARG challenges, and they did them all, and they got a Golden Potato. And he got a free copy of Portal 2, and he gifted it to me. So thank you, Hypnomatic. I really appreciate it. Those of you who bought Portal 2 or were looking at buying it those of you who bought it may look at this and go, well, I should have waited. Perhaps I should have waited, because now the prices have been dropped. They've been dropped tremendously. On the 360, it's down to $35. On the on the PS3, it is they don't have the PS3 listed for Portal 2 for some reason, but I thought it was $35 as well. But for the PC, the platform that I'm going to be playing on, or I am playing on, is $30. So people have even found ways, and this was posted on our forum, that they've gotten the price even further down to like $15 for the console versions by using a coupon. So if you guys want to check that out, go sign up for our forums. That thread is over there. But also, if you're into Mortal Kombat, that price has been dropped to $40. So Amazon has been doing this. This original deal I saw was at Kmart for May 1st. I think a couple community members jumped on that. But Amazon's been price matching left and right, and you can get these games shipped to you at a very, very cheap price. And this game is not that old. It's less than a month old. So if you're looking at possibly waiting on a Steam sale for Portal 2, if you were looking at, I don't know, you just didn't think the game was worth the money, you looked at the Portal 2 footage, and you said, well, I don't think that amount of gameplay is worth $50 or $60, depending on what platform you buy it on. Hey, you might want to give it a look, because personally, I think the game was worth $65, $70. Even though I wouldn't have paid that at the time. But now that I've played it, I put quite a few hours into it, and it's still not out of my system. As a matter of fact, as I'm talking to you guys now, I'm getting an itch to go finish it again. I did kind of a speed run on the I did a speed run on my stream. I finished it in like 3 hours and 17 minutes or something like that, and I was going for achievements. I'm going to try to beat that time, because I think I can improve it, especially since I've learned some new techniques, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So, price matching Portal 2, you guys can check that out over here, over on joystick.com. Go to Amazon and other places to figure it out. Okay, now let's continue with the Portal 2 news. And You guys are smart, man. I gotta say it. And I say you guys, I mean the people who are out there playing Portal 2. I saw this video here and my jaw just dropped. I was just like, my mouth fell on the ground, and I tried to pick it up, but then it started rolling away like that cube you guys saw on YouTube video. Portal 2, insane cube tricks. This person went through Portal 2 just tossing the cube around like it was a basketball. And you got to see it to believe some of these tricks. I mean, it's not like typical Portal 2 stuff. It's just like, okay, I want to solve the puzzle. Whee! Throws the portal, and it lands on the end thing, and then he goes through the door. And you're just like, what just happened? It's pretty crazy. It's just crazy, crazy, crazy tricks. So check it out. I can't say much more about it. I'm not going to play it on the video, but you guys have got to check out that video. Insane cube tricks. I'm planning on trying some of these myself. See how they work and just see if I can actually do them, because they're pretty nifty. Also, while we're on that topic, check this out. This guy, one of the puzzles in Portal 2, it involved 3 lasers that you had to use the laser reflecting cubes to solve, and you had to create portals to do it. Well, this person, I watched this and my jaw, which was running away, wanted to drop, but it was already running away and bouncing, so I couldn't drop my jaw again. But this chamber was solved without using any portals. And I was like, how? How? Because I had trouble with it the first time. I was like, you know, it was messing with my brain. It was easy once I figured it out. But I was like, I spent like 5-10 minutes on it. This guy managed to do it without creating a single portal. When you see it, you're going to giggle. That's what I did. I was just like, I actually did do that. I did. If you don't believe me, sorry. But check this out. Joystick.com. You got to check out this video, man. It is absolutely awesome. It's just absolutely amazing. I can't say anything else about it. This is by Lost 44 something 668-483.4. Very, very cool. Now on to some better news about Portal. I think you guys are going to like this as well. Portal 2 DLC is free, free, free. That sounds like a song, doesn't it? Portal 2 DLC is free, free, free. Apparently, Portal 2 DLC #1 is coming out this summer. This summer, we're going to see the first DLC from Valve, and it's going to include some crazy good stuff, including some new test chambers for players, leaderboards, challenge mode for single multiplayer modes, and more. And it's going to be free, apparently. This is what the article says. It's going to be free on all platforms. And immediately I was like, are you sure it's going to be free on the 360? Are you sure? Because didn't Valve have issues with Microsoft about doing free DLC on the 360? I mean, that's why the Left 4 Dead stuff was like money on 360 and it was free on PC. Isn't that what we were told? Isn't that what we were told? It isn't that what we were told? I thought that what we were told. So we're going to actually see if Valve's going to manage to pull this off for the 360 and make it free on that platform, because otherwise it's going to be costing you guys some money. And we're going to be saying, we told you to get it on the PS3 or the PC, but you can be like, no, my PC is not good and I don't want a PS3 because Sony doesn't know how to keep their credit card numbers safe. You guys, you use your PS3 all you want. I'm going to use the 360. I don't have to worry about my credit card on it. Anywho, check it out. Rock Paper Shotgun has this story about the Portal 2 DLC, so check it out and you'll over him. Now we're going to move on to Bethesda and a game that I'm definitely looking forward to called Brink. If you guys haven't seen this game, go to Steam Power. You can go to, I think, Brink's website. They have some videos. You can see what the game is all about. It's basically, and just by looking at it, it's like they combine the look of Borderlands a little bit with the parkour of Mirror's Edge, with the class system of TF2. They got all those things, and then they did something like that. They just melded them into this giant pwn ball of goodness. But Brink looks like it's going to be a great title. And I was very happy to see this article because you guys remember the days when PC dedicated servers were standalone programs and you didn't have to rent them from companies outside of your box. You could run them on your home toaster if you wanted. If it could run it, you could do that. You could just put it on the server. Yeah, you could put it on a virtual private server if you wanted to run a server. Remember those days? Well, apparently they are back because that's exactly how Brink is going to be. It's going to be a standalone dedicated server program. So you don't have to go to gameservers.com to rent a server. You can just use your own server, use your own home box and run a server. Very, very cool. Very good news on top of the awesomely epic game that it looks like it's going to be. I'm trying to get too hyped up about it, but it looks really, really good. Looks really good, guys. And the dedicated servers will be able to be run on your own boxes. So this is going to be great. Check it out, guys. Joystick.com has this one as well. Now we're going to talk a little bit about Redbox. And a lot of you may not be familiar with Redbox, but it is a movie rental system that I see at our 7-Elevens and our different convenience stores and our gas stations that we have here in my area. They're very popular because you basically go to the it's like a vending machine for movies. And you pick out a movie, it spits out the DVD, and you return it the next day. And then you're done. Apparently, they're going to be doing the same thing for video game rentals. And I'm not talking about PC games, guys. I'm talking about those console games. And they're going to be running this. They're going to start this on June 17th for 21,000 locations. So if you guys are into Redbox for movies, you'll be happy to know that they're going to be doing it for games as well. But the games are going to cost a little bit more. They're going to be $2 a day. $2 a day instead of the $1 a day for DVDs and $1.50 for Blu-ray rentals. So they're going to be a little bit higher. I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, because, you know, a movie costs $20 and a game costs $60. It just doesn't make any sense to That's my sarcasm face. That's why they cost more, guys, because games cost more than movies. So check it out, guys. Joystick has the details about this possible thing that's coming to every Redbox. Hopefully one of mine will get it and I'll be able to check it out because I've never used Redbox. I even had like coupons for free Redbox movies. I had like 10 of them. There was like 10 coupons for 10 different movies. I just never used it. I don't know why. I should have. I guess I was too sold on Netflix at the time. But Redbox is definitely a competitor for Netflix because they got that physical presence. You can just drive to your local store and get the movie. All right, check it out, guys. Here it is. And that concludes. Wow, I tore through those stories. Man, it's going to be a pretty short show. That's all the stories I have for tonight. And we're going to move on to our final segment. And we're going to talk about the stories that you guys submit.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
So, now we will move on to what you guys have submitted, and I'm going to go to the forum right now and see what's actually up here. Looks like there's about 2 or 3 links, so I was wrong. There's actually quite a few links. And like I said in the thing, I'm going to likely skip over stories that I'm going to pick. So I'm going to skip over stories that I don't want to talk about. So just because you posted it doesn't mean I'll talk about it. But if it's a good story, we'll talk about it. All right, first story. Yes, here we go. Minecraft 1.6 coming not soon. This was submitted by Nicholas. Fun and stuff. And this is over on Gamer UK. Today, Notch updated his Tumblr feed, and I read it. It was very brief. It said that 1.6 is coming not soon. Notch is planning to add maps to Minecraft. He's also planning to add the Nether to multiplayer. And those of us you guys play on our multiverse server, you'll know that we already have Nether. and the multiplayer by using the multiverse plugin. But and I gotta say, after it was kind of cool to have it, and then I was like, I don't know. It doesn't seem all that great. The Nether got very annoying very fast with all those gas going. It got annoying. Very, 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 very fast. And I was just like, get me out of here. I don't know if I can deal with that in multiplayer. I don't go to that world very often just because of that. So adding Nether to the multiplayer doesn't really excite me that much. I thought it would be great, but it got annoying very fast. So this is very, very cool that he updated us, but you know, and B George, one of my mods in the channel, I agree with him. Those of us who run servers, we don't like updates. Because there's a lot of headache in updating servers and telling you guys to be patient. Because as soon as an update comes out, 2 hours later, you guys are like, hey, Bwana, how come Diamond's not up? Hey, Bwana, how come Creeper's not up? When is Creeper going to be up? Oh, Madness. Oh, my goodness, man. How come Madness has not been updated yet? Not updated until about 10 minutes ago. You guys should be updated by now. How come the servers haven't been updated yet? Well, we have to make sure that the plugins have been updated, and then we have to test them and make sure that they don't blow away everything you guys are. But you can bring it up anyway, can't you? There should be a way to bring it up anyway, despite what you just said that made absolutely everything, every kind of sense in the world, but you can bring it up anyway, right? No. We have to wait until we can get the plugins updated, and we have to test them. That's going to take time, so don't expect it to be today. So when is it going to be updated? That exaggeration is not too far from the truth. Gotta say, that is very, very, very close to the truth. I was exaggerating a little bit, but that was crazy. Okay, thanks for the link, Nicholas. That's a good story. That actually happened today. Okay, shooters coming to connect. I saw this. Yes, whoa, wow, I'm just not gonna pronounce your name. Oops, I hit back instead of forward. New tab. That is a very hard name to say. Blah. Now, this is kind of funny because I like to make fun of Microsoft when it comes to shooters, and this picture is kind of funny too. Microsoft Game Studios Vancouver may be working on a Core Connect shooter. And the article, the headline that I saw was like AAA shooter. Let me actually read the story first. Based on the resume of Sean Woods, Microsoft is currently working on a core AAA shooter using Kinect. He serves as art director for Microsoft Game Studios Vancouver. It appears to be a brand new branch focusing on more core titles. So just think about what the Kinect is. Kinect is a full body motion sensor that tracks your body's movements, and your body is the controller. It's kind of hard to visualize in my puny, stupid brain how they can pull this off without some sort of an attachment or peripheral. Sony was able to do it through that gun attachment. I forgot the name of it, where they actually put the two Sony controllers inside of a plastic gun. Nintendo did similar things as well. But even Kevin Butler made fun of Microsoft. The pew, pew, pew. Oh, man. Even though I think he was talking about Nintendo at the time. But I don't know how they're going to do this. Kinect is a great invention. It is. I don't think it's a great invention for games. I can't stand the Kinect games. But I think Kinect itself is a great piece of technology, not just because of what people have done with it, but just its capability, what it can do. Because even when I saw at E3, when I saw them using it as an Xbox interface, I was like, all right, that's some cool tech right there. That's some cool tech. But I can't stand the games on Kinect, all of them, none of them. I don't like any of them. And that's not to say that the Kinect can't produce great games. It's just a personal opinion and a personal choice. But a shooter, I don't see how it's possible. I'm not even talking about the preciseness of the shooting and the aiming and what you got to do to actually take somebody out, and the moving around and strafing and running and jumping and dodging and strafing and crouching. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I just don't see how it's going to be physically possible. I don't see how it's going to be physically possible. Not in this universe. Because if you, okay, let's go to Microsoft's message. You are the controller. So what's going to be the gun? Your arm? How are you going to tell yourself to strafe? How are you going to tell yourself to crouch? How are you going to tell yourself to jump back? How are you going to tell yourself to do all this unless you physically do it in your living room? Just think about that. You're going to be rolling and tucking and crouching all in your living room, but you're going to be doing it in a stationary ground. You got to be in front of the sensor. It's not going to be very obvious on how to do it. And how you're going to shoot, how you're going to reload. I mean, it just seems like it's going to be a lot of things to remember, a lot of things that we take for granted with tactile controls and controllers and keyboards and mice. When you consider your body, if you're out in the field as a soldier, you just do it. You just point and shoot, you reload, you take the clip out, you put the new clip in, you actually jump on the ground. You don't have to worry about being in the proximity of a sensor or something. You just do it. I don't know how they're going to do this within the realm of the Kinect sensor. It just seems like it's not going to work. But Microsoft has proved me wrong before, so hopefully they'll get it right. Good story. Thanks for the link. Okay. What is this? Watch out for that landmine. Yeah. This is kind of an awkward story. U.S. video game trains Cambodian kids to detect and avoid landmines. I don't know if I should be upset or happy about this. The fact that they have to be trained on how to avoid landmines, that they have to deal with that, is what I should say, or whether someone may be profiting off. I don't even know. This story is a derp in my brain. I'm not going to talk about it. My brain just derped. Game lets you... Nope, we're not going to talk about that. Master Chief in Gears of War 3? And that looks like that's going to be an ad. Why Master Chief never made a Gears of War cameo? Wait, didn't it say he was in Gears of War 3, and now this says that why he wasn't in Gears of War 3? Huh. Master Chief was a lot closer to appearing in a Gears of War game than you might have ever guessed. Actually approached Microsoft on Master Chief in the game, getting Master Chief in the game, but those guys were kind of squeamish. One of Halo's success is that blah 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 is sort of Gears pushes it further. He explained how he'd put the Halo mascot in a cog suit and blow him up. Huh? We'd have to see what his head looked like being blown to smithereens and how his arm would look getting... yeah. This is another derp story. Herp the derp. Okay. So it looks like all the stories that we have for tonight. And I want to thank everybody for coming by tonight. Game Chat with Bwana episode 16. We just finished under 50 minutes, so it's not that short, actually. It may seem short for you guys because you haven't seen me in a while. But this is Game Chat with Bwana episode 16. Again, guys, we do this every Monday night from 8 to whenever, 8 o'clock. I try to start to 8 o'clock, and we try to go for about an hour. I'm trying to keep it under an hour. And we talk about the latest gaming news. And you guys, I encourage you to subscribe to our forum. Go to bwana.tv/forums. We have an active community there. Sign up. You can post gaming stories. You know, we got a technology section. We have a we have a help and tech support. So if you're having problems with Linux, we have some recent people post some articles about their problems with Ubuntu, the latest version of Ubuntu running in VirtualBox. You know, we can get technical stuff like that. Also, we've been posting like our favorite wallpapers, you know, pictures of our desktops and our physical desktops, and you know, getting advice on live streaming. I have my live streaming FAQ up there. I can teach people what I know about live streaming, giving them tips and pointers. So we got everything up there. Go to, this is where what you're looking at now, all things Bwana Forum, Bwana.tv/forums. Check it out, guys. Also, you can follow me on Twitter. Go to twitter.com/Bwana, or you can follow me at Bwana Live if you want to be notified when I go live. And also come to Justin.tv, guys. In case you all didn't know, recently I was made an admin, a community admin in the JTV gaming section. And I have like the physical lightning rod of banning. No, I'm just joking. Or am I? Don't mess with me, boy. No, I'm just joking. Or am I? Yeah. Anyway, Justin.tv gaming community is a very good community. I've been here a while. I think you guys should come by. You can subscribe to my channel if you're into StarCraft 2. It's a great time to be a fan of StarCraft 2 because Justin.tv at any given moment is showing a tournament. There's actually like tournaments or something going on all the time. It's ridiculous how much StarCraft 2 we have here. And other esports are coming. Street Fighter 2 tournaments are showing up. We just had this weekend the Team Fortress 2 Counter-Strike Source Counter-Strike tournaments from ESEA on Justin.tv. So, I mean, there's a lot of great content over here, guys. Come to Justin.tv and check us out over here. You'll have fun. Okay, so that concludes Game Chat with Bwana, episode 16. I want to thank you guys for coming by again. And I appreciate your support. Those of you who stuck with me, those of you who were upset because I didn't do a show, I appreciate your upsetness because that shows me that you care. And that means a lot to me. So thank you, everybody, for supporting me. All the donators, I haven't thanked you. I got recent donations from people, random people I've never heard of. Some people I have. Just thank you for the donations. Every little bit helps. And I thank you all for supporting me. That concludes episode 16 of Game Chat with Bwana, and I will see you all next week. Take care. Have a great week.